What's up, you guys? It's your boy Sid V. So here's the second video. So I got a job at another casino. I passed the drug test and I passed the background check, and I was like, "Fuck it, I must be good now." So I went to work, and the trainer wasn't a proper trainer, and she was getting flexed on by her other coworkers, and they kept changing how to do a bed. The other thing is, I felt uncomfortable because I valued my job and I thought it was important. I went to the union since it was a union job. I thought it was going to be smooth and good, right? I thought they were going to give a fuck. So then I went to the union. They wouldn't even let me in the front door, dog. And this motherfucker was talking about some shit that you need to talk to a steward. And, you know, that person handles the scandal. And that was supposed to properly train you if you're not trained correctly. And then the lady that was training me was mad because she was just a regular employee and she wasn't getting paid the 30-30, you know, the 30-30 to train people, you know, $35 or something an hour to train some niggas and shit. So then what happened was, I'm sitting here at work and I'm trying to work, and then these motherfuckers openly start dealing in front of us, bro, like ordering carts and shit. And I'm like, fuck, dog, they got plugs at the job handling the thirsties? And I was like, oh, hell no, bro. And then you supposed to be my supervisor and you ain't saying shit? I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? You know, and then what happened was the boy was talking about being picked on his whole life, and then he wants to go and talk about plug and thirsty. And I'm like, yo, how the fuck you gonna talk to me about being bullied your whole life, and then you're gonna go and go cop some shit in front of me, bro? Are you getting pushed, bro? What the fuck, you know? And I was so like, what the fuck? So then I went to HR, and I told them, hey, man, you got these plugs at the job, and you got these people making deals on the time, and I came here to work. Could they? I mean, I understand if they kept it on the down low, but like we were sitting there stocking a cart, and then they were sitting there, hey, what's up? I need this, and I need that, and like this, and yeah, what's it called? Yeah, what you need? And that was like the attraction rather than promotion type shit, and I was like, yo, fuck that. So then I was like, let me get out of this shit. So then I went to HR. You know, I told them about the situation that my trainer wasn't training us because she wasn't getting paid type shit. And she didn't care. So, because I knew that she wasn't properly training me, right? So, I put up with that part of training. You know, I told them about the plugs, and they didn't do shit. And then it exceeded to get worse, right? So then I'm at the job, and they put me at the south wing this time, and then there was no supplies, bro, to do my job. There was no linen, there was no towels, there was no water, and there was no toilet paper, and no fucking vacuum. So then I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this, you know? And so I did what I could. I took out the trashes and shit, and then I went through the day, bro. I didn't finish all the rooms. I did the best that I could, and then I did the best that I could, and I still didn't finish. You know, because that day, the white girl, like little manager girl, she told me that my rooms were fucked up and this and that. And I was like, I already knew I was gonna fail. I told HR I was gonna fail because the girl who trained me didn't train me to do anything, and all the shit that I didn't do was never taught to me, so I didn't know. So I was like, whatever. So I guess I had the wrong attitude because I can't be mad at myself for not doing something that was never taught to me. And then what happened was, she was trying to like make it seem like everything was okay, and I'm like, I can't do these vents because I don't have a vacuum to vacuum them. I can't vacuum the room because the vacuum isn't vacuum. I can't do the bed because I don't have the guy come and do the bed covers. And then, you know, they took a fucking whole like 10 minutes to explain to me what a bed cover was. So yeah, that's that. Okay, the next fucking day, bro, I go to the tower, bro, and it happens again, bro. There's no cart. There's no mop. Well, I had to go and buy a mop because they don't have mops to mop floors, but they've been doing this shit forever. There's no mops to mop floors, and then there was no cart, and they were trying to flex on me that what's supposed to be there and what's not, and I'm like, but I did that. But you didn't go up to the next level and that level, and I called it in. And the lady told me to wait, that somebody would bring it to me. And I waited and never came. And then I never finished the rooms. This is where I quit. Because I had no supplies. They were aggravating me. like trying to make me mad because the day before I was on the 19th floor looking for a cart, and I walked into a fucking hot box, bro. And I'm fucking like, it was like so thick, bro. It was ridiculous, and it was like in the employee room, but the employee room has a ventilation system, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck it could be so hot box, bro. I didn't see nobody smoking or nothing, but it was in the air, bro, fucking hard. So I called it in. I told the manager. She's like, "That's a smoking level." So yeah, she didn't even say yeah. She goes, "Oh, that's a smoking level." I was like, "Yeah, but in the employee room, I don't know about that shit." But yeah, so then I tried to do the rooms. I couldn't do the rooms because I didn't get the supplies until like 3 o'clock, and then I was just sitting there trying to do the little things I could do, check out the trashes of all the rooms and do all the best that I could. So then I got in trouble for doing that. So the next day they made it harder for me. I went and there was no card again. My key didn't work again in the rooms. And then they said it's because you didn't push the door. I was like, okay, that's nothing, just whatever. But so that means the door's fucked up. Either way, the door's fucked up. If you gotta push it crazy, because you're supposed to turn it and push it. But I don't know. The light kept turning red on me. It wouldn't turn green. So yeah. Anyways, the next thing is I called in a wet mattress because I can't finish the room until the mattress is dried or changed, and I'm still new. I don't know shit, bro. So I called it in, and then the guy tells me this is the situation, bro. We don't have bed covers for the queens. I'm like, okay, that's not a big deal. He told me how to do it, and I was like, all right, man, I'll do it like that. So I did it. I didn't have no problem with it or nothing. He said the situation is we don't have any bed covers for the queens, okay? So then I go and I fucking call the people that are supposed to send me shit to fix the beds. I was like, hey, I need 2 bed covers for the king size beds. And she's like, what are you talking about? You know we don't have those. She says, oh yeah, I have that. And then next you know, she says, oh, we don't have that. I was like, okay. She's tried to tell me a bed cover or a bed mat, and I was like, okay, if you're gonna confuse me, I'm gonna just stop, because I can't do shit if you're gonna confuse me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna step back, bro. I went to the next room and did the best I could. So then I called again. I was like, hey, I need these bed covers for these king size beds, bro. But we told you we don't have bed covers for queens. I'm like, I said a king size cover, and they kept doing little tedious shit like that, and I was just like, hey, I'm not gonna finish these rooms. You guys are being very aggravative, and I can't work. So then I was gonna go to HR and tell them all the Kool-Aid and fucking just do whatever. But then I just made the choice to just quit, bro. Because the other thing was they told me that I was gonna be on a set schedule, and then they went and changed the schedule, and then they told me that my schedule could change every day. And I was like, how the fuck does that work? But anyways, so I was hella pissed, bro. So yeah. Anyways, so that's what happened, and I was like, can't you sue the union because you didn't have no supplies? And then I'm sick because of the Holty spray, fucked the lungs up. But yeah, so I was like, what do you do, bro? They were treating you badly, and the union had a contract, and the union didn't do shit for you, and it wasn't a healthy work environment, and they didn't have a mop for you. You had to buy one, and they didn't have a vacuum for you, and they didn't have a cart for you, and they didn't have the linen and the towels and the things you needed to do your beds. And I'm like, how long have they been doing this that they would not know what the fuck was needed? And then they tried to blame me because there's no overnight stalker. But then I'm like, how is that my fault if this is a union thing, and how many people are in the fucking union that you can't call somebody to do a sub, or some shit like that? There's so many people down at the union that want a fucking job, so what the fuck is that, And then you can't even blame me for that shit, And I don't know, bro. There's a lot of other shit. It sounds like nothing today, but man, going through it fucking sucks. And then I got my mom a job there, and then she started going through it. And then she quit too, dog. And then now we're trying to figure out how to pay the bills. And I'm still at the Goodwill, so fuck. It's just a part-time job, but I'm trying to get the full-time. But anyways, I don't know, man. It just fucking sucks, bro. It sounds like nothing right now, but when I was going through it, it was a lot worse, bro.